Guys, I'm back. It's the bald-bearded bicyclist. It has been a while. Just got busy with things, and in the middle of the summer with all the racing, and people not really on their trainers, I figured no one's watching this. I'm going to wait and do some of these recaps once it comes trainer time, and the first snowflakes have fallen in Buffalo. It's still fall right now. It's actually Halloween, which is my birthday today. And I probably won't get this out for a couple of days. But let me set the scene. We're going back to July, June. I don't know. It was hot. We were in Chicago, Intelligentsia. This is our second day there. And if you remember correctly, from the first race, I had trouble clipping in. And that was the case here again. I had forgotten that I moved the angle of my cleat, and I was really struggling. I still couldn't get in here. I went from basically the front of the pack all the way to the back, and I was panicking. And I think right here is where I clipped in, and I was like, oh, thank God, I got in before this hill. But I am second to last right here. So absolute horrible start on a course that is very difficult to move up on. All of these courses are difficult to move up on. But this is not where I wanted to be. I'm trying not to panic at this point, and I really, looking back at it now, I think I should have gone to the right. There was space here. I'm really not. I should have worked harder, first of all, too. At the top there was an opportunity to move forward a bit, but the course narrows in on this left side here with that little pointy curb, and then coming around this corner, I took that corner really bad too. I thought of getting on the inside here, and everybody else is just carrying a lot more speed because they didn't cut in as much on that last one. So now I'm having to put in work to even just close this gap. Again, just barely already hanging on the pack here. And I am thinking I'm going to try to sneak up on the left side here. People are starting to coast a bit, and I am able to find some room. Right here it opens up, and I knew that the course opened up a little bit there, so I was trying to move over, and already I'm seeing crashes, and actually, if you look in the back camera, big crash behind us. Slow this down. Watch this guy. Ouch. I mean, lesson there is, do not panic and grab your brakes if you want to turn. If you fixate on a gate or the outside of a corner when you want to go on the inside and you grab your brakes, it's going to stand the bike up and you are not going to be able to turn. You're either going to slide out or the bike's going to stand up and you're just going to hit whatever it is that you're worried about. So calm down, put the weight on the outside of your bike. Put your foot, really feel the pressure through your outside foot, and lean the bike in. Push with your inside hand. It's called counter steering. Work on it before you jump into a race like this, but just don't panic. That's the worst thing you can do, is grab brakes in a corner. It's not going to help you out. So, already seeing a bunch of crashes at the bottom of this hill, and then the race before us, the Cat 5 race, there was a nasty crash where somebody was carted off in an ambulance. So that kind of had my nerves going, because before that crash, I was thinking, wow, the day before was actually pretty safe. No one really crashed. And coming into this, I had a great attitude, but then horrible clip in and all those crashes in the first really the start of the second lap kind of spooked me a bit. But better job there moving up, kind of back in the pack a little bit, or at least jumping past these guys that are where things are kind of getting strung out. But just trying to find some opportunities to move up here. And this lap, again, people slowed down here. I haven't watched this since really I raced it, so I'm actually relatively curious. What do I do here? What I should have done was moved up on the right side here. Everyone was kind of leaving that open. think, they're thinking they wanted to be to the outside of the turn, but there was definitely room to at least move up and then kind of shift back over as much as possible. But I am getting pushed far back here, just not cornering efficiently and not staying in the draft. You gotta really want it. If you want to stay up there, stay on the gas when things slow down. I'm looking for that left side to open here, and it's not really happening this time. So that was unfortunate. That was my one spot that worked moving up last time. And what I should have adjusted to was try to move up the inside. If the outside is closed up, sure looked like the inside was wide open on that one. But I was luckily able to carry speed a little bit better than some of the others here, and I'm moving over, and whoa, almost got taken out again. Kind of telling these guys to calm down, but I got to close this gap now because I didn't get right on that guy's wheel after that happened. Again, these just I'm in my head with all the craziness that's going on. Got a big gap here to close, so I'm working 172 beats per minute. If you saw my other one, I said if I'm in the 170s, I'm hurting, and it's also 90 degrees out, so that's not helping. Probably a reason why my heart rate is so high. But there's a giant gap now. That's no fun. Holding 500 watts, picking up some speed on the downhill, and hoping that I can gain a little bit on them as they slow down for the sharp turn here, where I don't have to worry about it as much because there's no one around me. We'll see. I should have stayed on a little bit more. I mean, I could have absolutely, with no one around me, been going faster, but I did pick up a little bit of distance there. I was able to carry my speed better than the group. And another crash. Luckily, in that situation, I was far enough away that I didn't get caught up in that. But it's not doing much for my mental state at this point, and I'm seeing people give up in front of me. I wanted to be in that group. My fitness was good. If it weren't for my positioning, getting on the back here, all the crashes happened right in the back. And I think in Cat 4, you'll find that normally does happen. People who are unsure of themselves and their skills do tend to hang out at the back, and when people get too close, they get a little nervous, get a little jittery, wheels cross, or people get bumped and people overreact. So now I'm left chasing, and heart rate continues to rise. It just seems like since the second lap I've been going, like just trying to catch people with all of the gaps that were happening at the back. I think I talked about it in the first video, but it just goes to show how important a good start is in crit races. And this is hurting me. I'm not even quite on this group yet because everyone obviously picks it up on the hill, but I've been tired from chasing for a couple laps, and they are distancing me right here. This is where I should really be pushing it. It was where the last few laps it slows down, and you can actually see they are starting to coast right here. So I shouldn't drop my power here. Just keep it on, keep it on, keep it on. I took that corner a little bit better this time. It helps not having anybody around me, but still the front's able to take it at much higher speed, so it's still, everyone's sprinting out. And Oh man, this gap looks nasty. I think I actually remember the announcer calling out my name and saying that I've been chasing, and people kind of cheering me on, saying "Go Max," because they were all kind of seeing me dangle here and probably placing bets whether I'd make it or not. So, how many laps has this been? Maybe 3-4 laps that I've basically been chasing. Yikes. Now, I'm not, honestly, put in the comments, like, when you're chasing like this, should I be trying to, like, keep it at a steady, like, 300? Or is it still, like, should I still be spiking a little bit on the hill? Like, how do you, I mean, obviously it's about keeping the fastest overall speed, but what's the best way to do that, I guess? I'm learning. Hopefully we're all learning, but if you know the answer to that, shoot it in the comments. I feel like when this race was happening, my mental state kept coming and going. Like, I was telling this guy to hop on. I was like, look, let's just do some work. But I feel like I kept going back and forth between, like, I'm going to catch him. Just power through. I can do this. And, like, a couple of seconds of just, oh my God, I'm dying. I'm just going to, like, quit. And it's a decent corner. You got to push those negative thoughts away. It's the only way to keep yourself going. And, it's a short race when you think about it. Yeah, I'm going hard and well over my FTP. But, it's a half an hour race. So everybody else is going hard too. And if I can take advantage of the moments that they're setting up for turns and trying to just hang out in the draft, then I should be able to catch them. And pretty much catching them now, but I cannot get complacent grabbing onto the last guy when things are strung out. You gotta keep working and try to get back in the draft, because sitting on the back here, I'm just gonna keep yo-yoing back and forth. And I think I got a little content here. I mean, I'm finally coasting, which is a welcome relief. But I should be working to move up right now. Everyone else is coasting. That was a bad move to just sit on the back like that. And then I went to the outside when honestly there was so much room on the inside. I really should have been able to make up a few spots there. Just got to get a little bit more, not aggressive, but assertive in the corners. And I'm still dangling a little bit here. It's a little tough to watch. I know that in the moment I was just absolutely dying. So still a pretty good effort to even catch back. And this is, again, why Intelligentsia was just such a great learning experience. I'm sure this felt good. Everybody sitting up. I finally do feel like I'm entering the pack a little bit here. I'm still not quite on because I take that corner like crap. But at least I am able to drift back and still not be super far away, so I can kind of grab back on. Just got to get better at carrying the speed through those corners. Let's see if I find a place to move up. A lot of space to the right. taken that a lot tighter, because I had the space before that EMC guy came in. I mean, I had the position. I could have gone in tighter. So my heart rate's back to 165, which is not low, but it's around my threshold heart rate. And so, you know, that wasn't much of a recovery, but I'm feeling much better. I'm sure everyone else is feeling better than I am, but I should have just kept working. Maybe even just thrown in a stupid attack or something, but you know, if I was able to catch these guys, then I could have moved up once I caught them. Like right here. I know I'm going 300, but now I'm going 250. If I had just kept going 350 for a little bit longer, picked up a few more positions, you know, maybe I could have done something here. Was able to find a few there. So the thing is, I was trying to turn. This is like a big swooping thing. You can't go too tight around that, because then you won't really make the second turn. And there's a few little debris areas that you want to miss, so you got to be aware of that. Get back in the draft. I'm leaving too much space. Again, I think just the crashes and everything were still kind of weighing heavy on me. This was the first day that I had seen that. You know, I was nervous to come here. I knew that there were a lot of crashes, but Mundelein, which is Monday's race, and our first one here was actually really safe, so it kind of gave me a false sense of security. And then this day was kind of eye-opening for me. Just trying to learn the wheels. This EOS guy, I had seen him the day before, I think. He was strong, good rider. Would be a good wheel to follow. Oop, oop. Yep. And then I got caught up in this. I had to put a foot down, and then I can hear my bike would not shift all of a sudden. Something either bumped my derailleur or what, I don't know, but it wouldn't. It was like my chain was not engaging with my cassette. So I finally got that to work and got back going. And then I realized that I need to take a lap. So I'm going to go to the pits and try to catch back on. Okay, we are jumping back in, and if you've ever taken a free lap, you know it is not really free. Luckily, I was able to get a clip in quickly, probably because I just wasn't thinking about it, and I was able to just get right on. But you know, gotta definitely use a match to catch on to the group, and I'm not quite on there. I'm really just on the other guy that was jumping in from the pits, and there's a bit of a gap in front of us. I was able to take this corner, probably the best I took it all day, although that guy still had a lot more speed than me. Giving it some power, trying to catch up. And, you know, again, I'm just kind of catching on to the back of the group, and it is strung out. So you can just think about how far away the front of the group is. So you don't really want to be grabbing onto the back unless it's really bunched up and you just can't move forward. But people are just giving up and pointing at the gaps and saying, they're done. You're gonna have to close it yourself. Looks like I wanted it more after that little bit of break, and just trying to get out of my head maybe with all the crashes and just it's taking the corners a little bit better here, but still gapped. Not good. I feel like by the end of the week I was starting to get the cornering down a bit, and that was what this week was all about, just learning how to do that. Still got to work on navigating the pack, and I think that'll be one of my big goals for next year, cornering in traffic and just learning how to move up more efficiently and safely, feeling more confident around other riders. Looks like I was feeling pretty good here. I'm going to jump ahead a bit. So we are going into 2 laps to go here, and you can see I'm pretty much in the same spot. I am right at the back of the pack, and what really hurt me is I became complacent in these races. I wanted to learn, but then I was again just so in my head about, look, I don't want to crash. I'm in Chicago. I got to drive home. I got to stay safe, and that's a great thing to have, as a goal. You definitely don't want to crash, but to some extent, it hampers your ability to perform, and it made it so that when I had opportunities to move up, I didn't take them. And you can see things are strung out here. It's gotten to the point where people are trying to save for a sprint. They don't want to do work, and at this point I think I was just thinking, well, I made it through this safely, don't want to crash now, I'm just gonna come in with the rest of the pack. And so we're going to the final lap right here, and let's see how it plays out. Again, things are strung out, so yeah, I'm on here, but the front of the pack is much further than us. So if you were to try to be in a position to do well, you can see that the other guys are already through that turn at the front there. Took that corner not too bad. I think I got to get on the pedals sooner. Back up to 28 miles per hour already. Not bad. Still kind of dangling. Again, I think it's last lap, and I'm just I'm planning on sitting up, but I just want to stay attached here. So I'll take the last couple corners and yeah, and I'm just already kind of letting things go. Yeah, my power's dropping. So, that was Lombard. It was my second day at Intelligentsia. Again, learning all these little things, but the big takeaways, you got to put yourself in a position to do well and take the opportunities when they come, and or else it's just you can hang on to the pack, but you're never gonna get a placing that's worth talking about. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. We've got more Chicago Intelligentsia Cup. After I do the last 2 race recaps, I have a vlog of our whole trip that'll be coming out. And then we had a couple other races, some local stuff in Buffalo. We had 2 days at Buffalo, which a whole series. a couple of club races, so should be some fun stuff. Please make sure you're subscribed to catch that. All right, thanks for tuning in.